Hey everybody, welcome into NFG Art Studio. Today we're going to talk about how it has come about for me to become a full-time artist. But to be honest with you, it's not an easy journey to start, but you got to start somewhere with it. I just didn't wake up one day and was like, oh, hey, I'm going to do art as a means of feeding my family or as a way of creating. Sorry, I'm just taping down a sheet of paper for a drawing I'm going to do while talking about this. But yeah, it's not something you just wake up one day and are like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that." You got to plan it out carefully. But with that, sometimes it's a lot of leaps of faith to take. So for me, I left my full time position and moved on to doing art as a career. And while it has been proving to be challenging, I am enjoying every aspect of it, from content creation to painting and creating different little artworks. Commissions are a way that I've made money through art, and some notable ones I do have here. And I'll show you those ones. They are about to go out the door. But let's get into the little sketch for today's video and topic, and then we'll come right back to some of the steps I've taken. So I'm just mixing up my skin tones here, but as I paint this, I'm going to be speaking upon how art has changed the way I perceive things and move forward into making it a career. One of the biggest leap of faiths I've ever done is to leave a full-time position in the automotive sector and move on into running my own little business. And I never realized what it entitled until I got into it. One of the first steps I started to do was kind of market to my local community and work towards developing kind of an impact on my local area. So I started with doing some commission work for friends, family, and people I know, and then that in itself has led to more creations and more work. But to move on and to develop further, I needed to figure out a plan of action. So that leads me to my next topic, which is, with anything, you need a kind of written out business model and plan. So I went ahead and developed a business plan to kind of help identify where and what direction I'm going to take my artwork in. So moving into a situation where I'm like, all right, well, finances, and how am I going to fund this dream of mine? So now I'm moving into a aspect and stuff where content creation is a part of that model. So going on and going forth, I'm going to continue to make, I guess, content and work on myself in a way of adhering to a schedule with it. But for the time being, I'm gonna do some longer videos through YouTube and hope for the best with things and work my ass off to get there. I do have a shop in development for web purchases with shipping and logistics. I'm just figuring out exactly what way to approach it and what programs to use. just where my art is such an individualized thing, so working through commissions and having deposits and everything like that via an online source, kind of challenging. Any tips would be greatly appreciated. How to move forward. But in turn, I'm going to continue to paint. One of the steps that I took in leaps of faith, besides leaving a career, is to put almost everything on the line forward. So now that this has had a moment to dry, I can go in and add a few more details while I talk about a couple more things. I don't know. I'm just going with it here today. But I did notice that as I develop and become my own boss type of thing, there's more of a vigilance you got to take in. Like, it's not as simple as wake up and do a 9 to 5. I'm at this from the moment I wake up till the moment I go to bed, whether it be content creation, development, and different things. I also am moving into like kind of trying to do my own logistics, which I have a history in as a career, but finding the proper resources to go forth and kind of ship out artwork is quite challenging, I find. So now I'm moving into like the development and everything. And one thing I wish I was told sooner about kind of doing your own thing is you got to be a jack of all trades with it. You can't just be good at the art side of things and not be good with the people side of things of it. On the phone, you got to be able to talk to people. And then on top of it, you got to be able to kind of, I guess, do your own editing and then all this. Like, I don't have an editor. I'm sure that shows in my videos. Um, as I move on and continue going into a different phase of creation, I plan on kind of like hopefully be able to hire people later on. But for now, it's a one man band show here. So that's the ironic side of things. And it's kind of funny to, think that I'm doing something I was told as a kid could not be a career. And I'm trying to turn it into one, regardless of what I was told. Uh, More about me on this aspect is I've been painting on and off since, oh geez, art has been a part of my life on and off my whole life, but only in the past since, I guess, a year ago, I've actually started developing it into a career, which led me to the confidence level to take that leap of faith of devoting my whole time into it. I'm giving myself enough room to play and kind of hopefully move this into a more sustainable future for me and my family. But that takes time, as I know. There's no instant gratification with it. Not everybody goes viral with their videos. I don't expect to actually have many views for this in the long run, but I'm hoping I get better views for something on this, you know, style of video, more of a vlog and talking about the steps I've taken so far and the steps I plan to implement in the future. But definitely going in to a different avenue and path than what I ever predicted. So for this painting, I'm actually going in and I'm adding a couple values of light and shadow. This is what I would call one of my warm-ups for the day. If you've been following my channel for a little bit, you've seen my shorts and stuff like that. I want to move out of just doing shorts is the thing. I took no course on how to talk to the camera, and I don't plan on it. I hope my character comes out over time, and it gets a little more comfortable to do longer videos. Won't know until I try. But I'm going in here and I'm adding some values, which are important. Discerning detail. Differentiate detail? Whatever the word is. Watercolor can be so forgiving, but it can also be unforgiving. Up here, I've got bleeding into the detail that I don't want brown. Great thing about that, I can blend it into the shadows and the values. And now when I go in and add my darker values for the hair, I do have a point of starting. The irony behind it all, I guess, is visual art is not becoming something that isn't as frequent. I'm noticing more and more digital art and everything like that. In my community, I don't know of many traditional artists that use watercolor. A lot of people use acrylics and stuff that I've seen and done research on. Hard to find people to talk to about what I'm doing. And in my local community, there's not a lot of support for running your own business and entrepreneurs. They say there is, but there's that many hoops you got to jump through just to get what's perceived as funding or anything like that. Anything that is an individual aspect like art was put on the back burner. I eventually want my art on apparel and t-shirts. So hopefully that's a dream of mine that can come true. But yeah, like considering how I have started this journey, complete almost 180 now. I like the fact that it's moving into a development side of things and more of a respected industry. There's a couple people I follow here on YouTube and on TikTok and stuff like that that have that are farther along in their, I guess, creative journey, and they're definitely people to look into further. I definitely like some of the people out there that are doing the same thing I'm trying to achieve. But that's it for this side of things. I'm gonna kick it over into time lapse now when this layer dries and finish off this painting. I hopefully have, if you made it this far in the video, sparked some interest, but don't expect a lot of people to make it this far in the end. So I really appreciate anybody that has, and subscribe for more of my content. Hit that like button and leave a comment down on some interests, or if you want a how-to video. I don't really know what people are into anymore. Seems like how-to videos are a thing of the past when it comes to art. Sorry, I got entrapped in there doing a couple shadows. But yeah, like, follow, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know how I can improve my content, and hopefully you guys get to see this finish. I'll come back for a small comment at the end.